Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to make some questionable decisions in the quest for true love here on the Married at First Sight Season 9 After Show on AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
They're doing it again. Here we go. More strangers, more love.
More suckers.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back.
For it.
We missed you. We missed you here on the Married at First Sight After Show, but we are here in a new season, season 9.
Oh my
I can't believe they find more people that are down to do this experiment.
Listen, and when you got the money for it, hey, pay me to hook me up.
I love it. And we get to watch the great TV. Guys, I am your host, Mike Thieling. I am joined by the beautiful Lanisha.
Hey, guys, what's up?
We're going to go through this entire episode. We're going to break it down. This was a 2-hour premiere, so we got a lot of stuff to talk to. But real quick, Lanisha, give me your overall thoughts on this new crop of love hopefuls.
Oh, they're definitely hopeful. Of course, I have my doubts on some of my couples, but I have my little favorites, my favorite 2, and it's obviously the ones that they got married. So,
so right off the bat, you're kind of you're sandbagging.
I'm kind of like, why you leave the bad ones out?
Because they make the most interesting TV. We don't really care, guys. Let us know in the comments right now. Do you care about seeing people actually find love, or do we want to see the drama? Because I personally want to see the drama. I am here with you guys in the live chat. I thought it was a really good episode. I like this new crop of people. It seems like we're going to have some interesting dichotomies and stuff like that, and we'll get into the whole thing. But of course, this is the premiere, so we get to see right off the bat the excruciating choosing process that our experts had to go through to matchmake these singles. What do you think about it? Yeah, they're filling out these little forms. Do you think this kind of stuff works, or is love matchmaking something that you cannot scientifically break down? I
mean, I don't think you could actually find specifically your true love through matchmaking, but you know they've had their few in the past, I guess the lucky ones. But I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I would want to actually meet the person, go on a couple of dates, see if we even click.
Sure.
But I don't know. I guess these people are hopeless, especially 10 years.
Well, it's really fascinating because, just like we said, this show has no problem finding people willing to go out on a limb and get married without ever knowing the person. I'm sure we see only a small snippet of the number of people who apply and come in and go through days of workshops and things like that. I'm actually more interested in what these workshop things are and the whole process that they're going through to finally get picked. But nonetheless, the matchmakers match them up. We got good old Pastor Cal is back. Your girl, Dr. Pepper, and new matchmaker, Dr. Vivian.
Who's a sex therapist.
And
I just learned something.
Did you guys like how she just slid that in there? She was like, I'm a marriage and family therapist and a sex expert therapist.
I think that's really needed, though, in a marriage. Yeah, I think that's important to know how to spice some things up in the bedroom in a marriage.
Now, this is very interesting. That is very true. You got to keep stuff spicy in the bedroom, of course. Of course, you got the physical connection with your spouse. But is it important for these couples? Because usually the time you need no help is right off the bat when everything is, brand new and spicy and it's all new. So for them, it's completely new. You think they need the bedroom help right off the bat? Yeah, they need,
because they got to remember, these are strangers meeting each other, so they don't know what each other like or anything. So it could also be awkward.
It's definitely going to be awkward.
Yeah.
Especially for Iris.
So she might have some few tips on how... Okay. Oh, Lord. Don't get me started on her.
We're going to get to her.
But they need that tip to get past that awkwardness.
It could definitely help. It'd be interesting to see what kind of input she gives. But they get all matched up, and then we get to see them all get ready. So they have only a couple weeks to plan out their dream wedding, right? I guess. It's always funny to me as well. We're going to go on a lot of tangents on the show. You guys know, y'all fans of the show, you know how we do. If it's your first time joining us here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We go on a lot of tangents. I love tangents. It's always funny to me how they interview, especially the brides, because the brides will say, I dreamed of this from when I was a little girl, getting married and walking down the aisle. And I always think, was it just somebody you've never met before and a complete stranger on a television show? Was this what you were dreaming about it for?
See, I loved watching this with you because it was interesting from a guy's perspective, from a girl's perspective, because it's like, why do we need the dresses? And I'm like, that's the best part. Like, seeing them put on the dress, seeing how cute they look. Like,
but they really do feed into the stereotypes, right?
Yes.
So this is a perfect panel because we got single women and we got married guys. So we get all the different angles covered. And they really went out on a limb to show the process of the dress and they're picking the dress. Every single guy went in and it was like the first suit he tried on. He was like, yep, I'm good.
All
Sounds
blue.
good.
Did y'all notice that? They all got the same blue.
Well, no. Didn't Keith get that white number he saw on the mannequin?
Keith, when he got it wasn't a red, that red one?
No. The red was Jamie who decided to try that for a second, but probably didn't go there. So we see them do all the get ready stuff, the dress shopping. Sure, whose was your favorite dress?
I'm gonna have to say Deandra. I liked her, the first one. Deanna. Yeah.
Deanna.
I liked her first. The only thing I would say is the seamstress needed to fix her top part.
Right.
And then it's like perfect. And then it goes Elizabeth for me.
Got it. I'm definitely Elizabeth.
I know.
Yeah. That was the hottest dress. I thought it was the hottest dress.
Because it was tight, mermaid.
It's tight. It's mermaid. She's showing a lot. She's got stuff going on. And I don't know, just your first time seeing the other guy or your potential spouse, right? You never met him before. I just thought that dress is just going to smack this guy, and he's going to... I'm waiting for next episode to see Jamie's jaw just drop to the ground when he sees his bride come down. It was super awesome, so they found it.
She looked good.
And then we go on the snap, quickie, somewhat fake bachelorette and bachelor parties.
Guys drool, that's all I gotta say. Guys was wag, but the girls, woo, yes.
The girls is definitely way more exciting.
Okay.
I felt like the show was almost trying to set the guys up. And they almost kind of got it with Jamie, right? So they sit him around the poker table, and you've got this gorgeous blackjack dealer. He's probably never dealt a hand in her life. It's like got some model to be like, throw the cards on the table.
Get
they don't
one
care.
little girl.
And she's got the most epic cleavage ever going on, and she just is like bending over the table all the time. It was a little over the top for me. What it seemed like they were trying to do
with his cigar and all that.
Yeah, it's like extremely stereotyped, and it's not only is it kind of awkward enough to be getting married at first sight, but you're also having a bachelorette or bachelor party at first sight. You don't know these other dudes. They're just like, here, you're all on the show, so go party together, right?
Yeah, the guys, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it, but the girls.
You like that?
Yeah.
Is that what your bachelorette is going to be like?
Oh, most definitely. I'm going to tell my husband straight up, I am getting a stripper. You could get a stripper too, but I have a rule. As long as you're not touching nothing, I won't be touching too much. I'll touch the chest. As long as no dingling is in my face, then we're good.
There's very specific rules to follow.
Would you let your wife have, because did you guys have the Bachelor?
She had a bachelorette party with her sisters and some other family members out in Vegas. I did not have a bachelor party. Aww. I just didn't. We just didn't have time and stuff. I don't know. It wasn't a big deal. I would go back and do it again, though. We're planning to do a big vow renewal on our 6th year anniversary. I would go and do it then.
Am I invited?
I'm going to do it then. Sure. Yeah,
okay, I'm going.
Everybody come. I would go and do it then, yeah. But no, I don't care if she goes to the strippers and stuff.
He got nothing to worry about,
no, I don't care whatsoever.
He got it on lock.
What I would be worried about, though, is something we glossed over a little bit, but I wanted to save it to the end of this portion because I think it's the most important. We got to watch all of them tell their families that they were going to go through with this experiment. I'm always a little leery of this because I always think, okay, they make a big deal out of this on the show. I got to tell my parents now, and I don't really know. But there's a camera crew in front of them and a producer. Like, what do they think is it? You know, they told them that they're going to apply for the show and stuff. So I don't really know. Kind of a mixed bag. But overall, in general, I'd love to know what you think. It seems like everybody was pretty on board with it.
They weren't on board with it. They were on camera with it.
That's what you think?
And you could definitely tell from the facial expressions, some of the ones who were with it and some of the ones who are like, ooh, I'm going to get you when these cameras go off. Best believe it.
Well, but there were definite dichotomies here. Iris's mom couldn't have been more excited.
Well, Iris,
she was all about it. In fact, we learned later she started to say that she was going to start putting ads in the paper to try to get her a boyfriend if she didn't do something about it.
She
That's
probably
a little extreme.
thought Iris was going to be alone for the rest of her life.
Long time. Poor Iris.
And some parents are actually really like that, where it's like they'll get anybody, take my daughter, please.
Why?
I don't know. Like, sometimes it's because they want more children. And they want some grandkids, and they want them to hurry up and get the grandkids going. And I've seen some that they just want to see their kids happy, and they think that the other person's not happy. So they're like, oh,
it's so foreign. It's so weird to me.
them.
It's so foreign to me. I don't get it at all. I don't know.
My niece is like that with me. Like
Your niece wants you to get married?
Let me tell you something. My niece is 8, and my niece is all like,
she wants to be a flower girl.
You should get this. You should be with him. He's cute. Well, all of my siblings, they have a couple. So she's like this with me. Where's your man?
Your niece wants to be a flower girl. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Again.
Or, so I get it from my nephew. When is my wife and I going to have kids? When are we going to? Because he wants a cousin. And he just graduated high school. So he's about to be 19. He wants a cousin. He wants a little cousin. I'm like, whenever you're ready to pay for it, then I'll have it right away.
My niece is like that too. Like, she wants me to have kids. But she wants people to play with, that's why.
She wants a little live doll.
Pretty much.
I thought, before we leave this real quick, they had some of the sadness going on us right away in this episode for Matt, who we find out his parents just recently got divorced after 30 years. That's a really long marriage. I don't know the statistics. We should actually look this up. Maybe our awesome producer, Jonathan, will look this up for us while we're talking away here. I'd love to know if anybody ever did a study on divorce rates compared to longevity, but compared to longevity of the marriage. So if once you've hit 20 years, it's this percentage. Once you've hit 30, because 30 years is a long time to stay together. And then to get divorced, you would have thought that people like that have gone through lots of problems. They've worked it out. They've been on, the roller coaster of any relationship, because every relationship is like that, right? You got problems, you work it out.
And
it's very strange in 30 years to not be able to come to some kind of resolution.
Yeah.
But they did. I felt so bad for Matt because his parents aren't going to be involved in this at all.
Yeah, I definitely felt bad, especially when people were talking. I was like you. I was thinking it, but you kept saying it like, shut up. Like, stop talking about it.
Yeah, that was the worst. What is that girl, Amanda?
Yeah,
Amanda, stop. Like, the camera crew was trying to juice some kind of drama out of it, right?
But
so they had a mic on her talking about, where's his parents? He doesn't have a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And
then you did that wide shot where you see her side and then you see the empty row.
Right.
And it did make me feel bad for him.
Super on purpose. They didn't need to do that. They could have filled in it with people.
Oh, but hopefully Amber makes him happy.
No, you're good, Matt. You're like 8,000 feet tall. Everything's going to be fine.
Yo.
Yeah.
Just wanted to jump in, everybody. So I did find a little bit of what you were asking about. So I don't know if you could see up on screen. I'm going to put it up on the feed. This is what I kind of found. I found a graph. So you were kind of curious about the longevity. This is, I think the best I can sort of find is just like when divorce happens. I don't know if they've really discussed like longevity compared to like when divorce happens, if that makes sense.
Well, does it say what year the majority of them happen?
Well, based off of the question you were telling me, I thought you were going for like longevity, like 30 years is a long time. What I'm finding here is like people between certain age range and the percentage of when they divorce, or the percentage of how many times they divorce.
It's too small for me to see it, but what's the highest percentage?
So the highest percentage looks like between 20 and 24 years old is 36%. Basically 36, 38 for both men and women.
That's the one where they jump in too soon.
Yeah,
okay.
So basically by the time you get to 35 to 39 years old, it's actually down to 5 and 6%. So it does seem like a huge drop nonetheless. So even if you're married for 30 years, that does seem pretty, out of the blue for that to happen.
Yeah.
Is it out of the blue though, or is it just they're keeping up their smiles in front of the people and then having the arguments in private?
Could be.
It could be. Yeah. It could be very much.
Going on behind closed doors.
Whatever it is, it's a really, really sad situation.
Yeah.
You get the divorce, and then we're really sad for Matt. But I don't know. I feel good about it. I feel like he's okay. Yeah, we're going to get into it. So. He is married at first sight now. He has a wonderful wife. However,
Who loves kissing him?
we here at AfterBuzz are in relationships with all of our wonderful friends out there.
Yes.
But luckily for y'all, it's not a monogamous relationship. You guys can have affairs with all of the different AfterBuzz TV shows across all of YouTube. And tell us a little bit more.
Yes, you guys. First off, we want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. Keep on joining in these comments. We love hearing from you guys. You guys are our best friends. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that little button right there. And if you guys are listening on iTunes, feel free to give us a 5-star rating. Now let's jump into these couples.
We
ready.
love you guys. You are our extended panel. We say every time we want to hear from you. We're going to jump right in to what I am calling the Steph and AJ of this season. If you were with us last season, you remember I love AJ. It's all good, bro. Steph and AJ, except I think the genders are reversed. We're talking, of course, Elizabeth and Jamie right now.
Yes.
Elizabeth, crazy outgoing, right? Very spunky, very just blah, like out there. Steph has red hair too.
Yeah.
That's funny. Jamie, way more relaxed, super laid back, right? And now we see them
OCD,
paired together.
they said.
OCD. We know that she's super duper picky. What'd you think about him right off the bat?
Doomed from the start. I think they're...
All right.
I honestly,
That's just
good
blatant.
together, good looking together, as you could see. But as their personalities were going, you know how they say opposites attract? Too much opposite, I feel like. Because she seems very, like, fingerprint painted and everything, like, you know, free, very free.
I like to think that they went to her apartment
Yeah.
and that was all her idea. She was like, wait, no, let me finger paint for you guys. And they were like, what? Yeah.
And then they were just like, ooh, we know exactly who OCD. Yep, y'all
It's
matching.
amazing.
We need to give them an opposite couple completely.
Did you think right away that it was warning signs for this couple, or maybe just for anybody that she's going to be with, that her father said, whoever ends up with you has to learn how to live with you and has to exercise a lot of patience and that's like, whoa,
yes.
Dad.
And then when he was like listing, I'm talking about her mate Jamie, when he was listing all of his pet peeves, and then hearing that, I'm like,
oh yeah, he's
no.
very particular person.
I was like, oh no, this is doomed from the start.
Yeah, so that's a little questionable. You don't like him. You're doomed from the start. We're gonna
like
rate,
I said,
guys. We're gonna
they
rate the
look
couples
good.
later in one of our special segments. We're gonna rate them later. They look good together. We don't know. We haven't seen any interaction with them together yet, so it's really hard to gauge just yet.
I saw a picture though of them kissing, so that's a good sign.
Hey,
They're
very
attracted
good.
to each other.
Also difficult for us to ascertain is Keith and Iris.
Okay.
So Iris, of course, we're back to Bachelor Nation and Colton. She's a virgin. We're going to get the virgin thing thrown in our face over and over and over again this season.
did keep
She
them.
wants the whitest of white dresses possible. We get it. You know, what do you think about that going into a marriage?
I think it's perfectly fine being a virgin going to a marriage. No need to like rub it in, because I honestly do think for him it's gonna probably make him nervous, because he probably is more experienced and probably doesn't want to like, you know, ruin it or anything. But I definitely don't think there's anything wrong. Just like don't like make it like, oh, virgin, virgin, virgin. Like I don't need a whole episode of it.
Right.
I don't.
Do you think it would be easier? I mean, it's probably an obvious question, but it would be easier if the guy was also a virgin, or at least strong in the same faith, because I believe she said
Yeah.
her choice was based on her religion and her faith.
Right, right. Definitely. Or if he's like what you said. So I think he's the one that needs to have a lot of patience, like what the experts were saying. And you definitely need a guy that understands, like, oh, okay, this is her moral, this
Right.
is her value. So I'm definitely gonna be patient with her, get to know her for her personality, and then when we're ready, we're ready.
I would hope that this was one of the things brought up in the experts, and that he knew about it going in, because that's a big bomb to drop on somebody. It's a really big thing in a relationship, the physical intimacy, of course. And, you know,
And it's nerve-wracking for her because it's first time.
so she doesn't know anything of what's going on, really, right?
But I wonder if they're gonna like make it all new, like honeymoon phase, if she's gonna like because she's waited so long, just bounce right on. I've waited so long for this.
Give the prediction right now.
Yeah.
Over the course of this season, does Iris lose her virginity?
Oh, of course.
Of course?
Of course.
No doubt about it.
She's waited that long, and now.
But what's another 8 weeks?
But here's the thing. She was tied to this because of the religion, and
Right.
like based off, if it is the religion, I think she's talking about wait till marriage.
Sure.
She's married now. She's gonna bounce.
Let me take you. let me take you deeper with that.
Okay.
If that's true, don't you think if you're not just blindly following a religious rule or law,
Okay.
right? And you're truly you're truly believe in what you're practicing. This is what God said, and I'm not going to be. Wouldn't you also think that God is looking at this and saying, the sanctity of marriage is not two people getting married on a reality television show, never knowing each other beforehand. That's not really counting, Iris.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I definitely, because that's one of my actual beliefs too, is God. So I definitely think like, okay, if I was God, I would probably be like, oh, Lord, what am I about to do with these kids? Like,
So I feel like that's not a good argument for her if she's truly into her faith, saying, well, I'm married now, like I can do whatever I want. That doesn't seem...
Because normally, even if it's not with religion, I've heard of people who are just waiting because honestly, they practice knowing people's characters. Because honestly, characters change real quick. And you really get to know somebody when you don't have sex with them. On the straight up, and like what she said, oh, like all the guys I've met, they all said no. Yeah, but think about the characters you are meeting. If you get the guy that actually says yes to wanting you to wait, oh, boom, you just met that guy that is patient with you. You finally get to see the character who's willing to know you for you rather than the sex and the physical.
She needs Will from last season,
okay,
who will wait forever no matter what.
He will wait for eternity.
He'll wait even if you don't want him to wait anymore.
Lord, by the time she's ready, Will'll be like, nah, I'm comfortable with what we was doing. We had a thing going.
And then on top of it, her grandfather's a deacon, grandmother is a pastor.
You could definitely tell.
There's a lot of tension right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is not in church. Nah. This is not a normal ceremony. This is really out of character for somebody like that.
I'm surprised they came.
But what did it mean to you that they came?
It definitely means that they want to see her happy and they're supportive of her.
Right.
But normally with people who are like so strict on like a deacon and pastors and everything, it's like, no.
Right.
You're not doing it. No. I've seen a lot of strict people. It's like, I'm not supporting you and we're just going.
I loved it too. Yeah. I saw all the support. It meant a lot. You were worried right off the bat when we were watching about Keith being a player.
Yeah. Well, one, because he's so fun. Okay.
If it doesn't work out with Iris.
If it doesn't work out, Keith, call me. But, yeah, and then the basketball player, I don't know. I was just seeing, like, I was getting the kind of the vibe from him, like, I hope he's not an eyeballer.
Did it not dissuade you at all in that kind of thought when he said that he really wants to emulate his parents' marriage? I thought that was really sweet. Yeah. They've been together for a long time. It would seem like he wants something real and stable and monogamous and not be messing around.
Players talk like that too. Like that's not the first time I've heard that from a player. So that doesn't surprise me. But I guess more so when he was talking to the guys and giving them advice, like more so about the waiting. Okay. And he was telling Greg that.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, wow. Okay, so you seem like you're going to be a patient one.
And that's going to be interesting when he finds out that his wife's a virgin.
So I want to
see
if he contradicts himself. I want to see that.
He better be patient and wait.
Okay. You was giving advice now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
To take some of it. So
if he is, I'm going to want him some more. I'll be like, oh, you patient too? Oh.
You're all set?
I'm set.
You got it right
Let
here,
me know
buddy.
if it works or not.
These two couples are going to be more interesting over the course of the season. It seems like they're much more prone to drama. It seems like they're going to have more interesting storylines if we're talking about just for us watching and not making any kind of comment on how their relationship is going to go or succeed or fail or whatnot.
Yeah.
The two that I think from a drama or TV viewing perspective that are going to be less interesting are probably the two that I think are better matches and seem more solid right off the bat, which are your favorites. Let's talk first about Deanna and Greg.
Deanna and Greg, I think they're going to be interesting to watch.
This is your favorite couple.
Yeah. Okay. At first, I thought they were going to be boring because of Greg.
Greg's very laid back.
Yes, and this is before he met her, and where I was just kind of like, oh, he's giving me a Will vibe. He seems like he's gonna be like
passive.
Yeah, and not really wanting to do much.
Right.
But then when I saw him light up at her, that just made my day. And how she smiled and how they were both like, they had like their insiders with the ring and how they just clicked.
They had a great first reaction. Yes. It was really beautiful. It seemed like they clicked right off the bat.
Their chemistry went. And the reason why I like them is especially with Deanna, I like her that she, even though she has her morals and her religion, she's still fun. Irish.
She is. She's still fun. And they both have that in common. They're both into their religion. And that's going to be really important. Religion is definitely something in a relationship that if you aren't of the same religion, you at least have to be on the same level of respecting each other's beliefs. And you're going to have to think about how you raise kids if you want to have kids and things like that. So it's cool that they're on the same page with that. What I was shocked by right off the bat, and of course they cut it so we're a cliffhanger into a commercial, was when she said that she hadn't had a relationship for the past 10 years. So guys, she's 30, which means she hasn't had a relationship since she was 20, which what I said was, okay, cool. That means she actually has never had a relationship, because I don't think high school stuff really counts. If she hasn't had she hasn't had a relationship since she's legally been allowed to drink.
Right.
So I don't think you've really experienced enough life and stuff to really call what you had a relationship. What did you think?
Yeah, it was just that part, and you could definitely tell she wanted to get past that. Even when anytime someone brought it up, she was just like, "Okay, like let's get past this conversation." Like, I'm done. Yes, I was single for that long. But she actually did something smart that a lot of couples don't do, which leads to breakups, is actually have time for themselves and actually be single and loving themselves and being single for yourself.
Let me cut you off right there. This is what I wanted to ask you. When you hear something like that, and I'm not saying it is, I'm just tossing the question out. Everybody, let us know in the comments and stuff what you guys think. When somebody says something like that, I haven't been in a relationship for the last 10 years. I've just been dating myself and spending time with myself. Is that an excuse? Is that covering the fact that you haven't been able to meet anybody? Or is that just a way of like just sloshing it off?
It depends, honestly, because what she was saying is she was focusing on her master's, she was going on adventures like with herself, and it was nice that she was able to do that alone. Now, there's a difference between being single and continually wanting like someone in your life, like, oh, when am I getting a man? When am I getting a man? And who knows? It might be like that because she's on after, she's on the Married at First Sight, I don't know. And then there's the difference between someone who's feeling lonely, and then the difference between someone like, I'm getting my career, I'm getting my career set, I'm getting all my goals. And once I'm, stable, got myself together, then I'll get a man.
See, so I understand what you're saying. What you're saying, especially for yourself, makes perfect sense. So let's say it's the same for Deanna. If you met somebody, though, would you pursue it? Or are you actively saying, I wouldn't even go on a date with anybody, even if some great-looking guy or whatever approached me and asked me out? I wouldn't, just because I'm so set and focused on my career.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like if a good guy comes along my way, I'm a person that just lets things flow.
Right.
They're definitely going to know I'm a workaholic right now.
Yeah. See, because that's what I'm saying. I don't buy the fact that like, no, I'm just dating myself. I'm just going to do this. And I don't buy that people are not open to relationships because, and guys, if you're out there and that actually is you, be open to it because the best relationships happen when you're not looking for it. Yeah. So I feel like if she actually was going out, adventuring around, having a great time, all that kind of stuff, chances are something's going to fall into your lap.
Come into your lap,
and be really natural with it. So that's why that kind of sets off little alarms for me, like, what actually is it? I don't know.
Yeah, only because it's the Married at First Sight. Because I was about to be like, no, she went on the adventures and everything. But she said, she's like, okay, now that I've done all that, now I'm ready for a man, so I'm gonna let these experts do it.
What we really need to know is, has she applied to this show in the past for the past 8 seasons?
If y'all are out here and y'all got the dirt,
or anything like that, that would be really fascinating to know.
Let us know.
Now on the flip side, I'm gonna kind of contradict myself. I wouldn't mind if someone said that. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like that's just what it is. But he seemed super shocked. Until she went out and explained it. I feel like I don't need an explanation. Then it means it just hasn't happened. I need to know the rest of the person. Are you truly adventurous? Are you truly fun, outgoing, all that other kind of stuff? Or is there something like creepy wrong with you or something like that?
Well, I see like why he was getting like scared at first, because like he explained why he was scared and it made perfect sense. Like exactly what you said. Are you really ready for a relationship? You only had a relationship for how long? Are you really experienced? Are you really ready for...
But if she's waited this long...
a single...
Can't you say she's definitely ready? If you waited that long and then you go to the extent of being on this TV show, you got to be definitely ready, right?
You think you're ready. Let's go with that. You think you're ready.
She at least thinks you're ready. You really like this couple. Yeah. We really like this couple. Let's talk real quick before we get into our special segments about our final couple. We also got to see Matt and Amber get married today. Matt is 1,000 feet tall. He is he's a basketball player in Europe and Asia and all that kind of great stuff.
It's so perfect because she's
She's super short and a twin. She's super short.
He just pick her up.
He didn't pick her up yet. We were hoping for it. He did the bend down kiss instead of the pick up kiss.
He was being polite. She was in her gown and everything, so he probably was trying to be polite and proper.
Right.
But once he figures out what she likes, he might be that picker upper. I'm looking for love and basketball right here. Okay.
How about random friend in the audience? Not Amanda, who needs to just butt out and calm down. No, random friend. Did you guys see this? Random friend a few rows back. When Matt came out, I can't speak today. Jaw dropped. You would have thought she would run up and marry him herself, like right out of the bat. Like she was so taken by how good looking this guy was, she couldn't contain herself.
See, I thought it was funny that you saw that because I kept looking at Amanda.
You were all about Amanda.
Yeah, because she ran up first, and I thought, like, I was just like, girl, wait.
That was strange too. Why did she do that?
Like, I know she was saying hi, but at first I thought she was like flirting with him, or I thought she knew him.
Amanda's trying to jack some screen time, is really what it is.
Girl, watch your friend.
If they cast that other friend in the audience, and that's not actually a friend, if that's an extra. Great acting. That deserves a co-star credit. Really, really good. I thought, again, tell me what you thought for the two of them. Great first meeting. Mm-hmm. They seem really cute. She's smitten because she's not a girly girl. She told us that in the intros. She doesn't do the makeup thing and all that kind of stuff. She's more of a tomboy growing up, and they have the basketball connection right off the bat. I thought they were great. Yeah,
again, I completely thought... Their meeting shocked me because I thought the more actually I met Amber because of how she introduced herself, tomboy, very shy, like she seemed very outgoing, like especially with the strippers.
Yeah, that's right. She was having a good time.
Yeah, and then the reason why I like this couple is, like I said, love and basketball, okay? And they were just vibing. He was just like, awesome. Yeah, love it. And she's like, oh, yes, love you. You're so cute. And then how they vibed was interesting.
She just didn't want to stop kissing him.
The question that did raise in my head, and you brought it up.
Oh.
The twin. The twin came out. So when you was thinking, oh, you bomb, what you think about the twin, huh?
Yeah, that was interesting. I feel like he obviously didn't know. And you know what? He was definitely focused on his bride. He probably still, at this point in their timeline, doesn't know she's a twin. I bet he didn't even see the bridesmaids walk down. He's like nervous and all that kind of stuff. He's probably just shooting straight down at her.
And maybe because she was also like very glammed up too.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the chat. See you who's back again. Yes. I remember you from last season, my friend. Said not feeling any of the couples.
Really?
Right off the bat, not feeling anybody? All right, that's cool. Sometimes we got to take a little time to let them warm up to us and learn a little bit more about them and get some of the drama
I got to see
right?
the living conditions, and then I'll really know. Like
the problem is with the wedding, it's always sunshine and rainbows, right? Okay. Everybody's happy, everybody's dressed up, you're all looking fantastic, you got a bunch of adrenaline going on, you're going to have a great time, blah, 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 blah. So it's tough to gauge any of this kind of stuff, but For Matt and Amber, I thought really cute meeting. Everything that we already said. They went back, kiss, 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 kiss.
Yeah.
And they seem to be off to a great start.
I think that's just exactly what we were talking about. They just started off like, let's get the good couples out of the way.
Right.
All right, now let's bring the drama. Blast you guys with the drama next
That's
episode.
going to be next week.
Leave
We
y'all
got to
wanting
wait.
more.
We got to wait around and we got to see what happens with them. But for now, we've got 2 weddings down. Next week, we've got 2 more weddings to go. Let's get into some of our special segments. First up here, as we know we do on this after show, we rate our couples every single episode. On a scale of 1 to 10, put in the chat what you guys are rating them. Lanisha, let's start with Elizabeth and Jamie.
Elizabeth and Jamie. Oh, Lord, I told you guys. Are we going look-wise or personality-wise?
No. This is them as a couple.
Just them as a couple.
That's right.
Okay, so they get a couple points for that. I'm going to give them a 4.
4 out of 10.
Yes.
I'm going to be giving them a... I usually did... Now, this might annoy some people. I usually give somebody a 1 and somebody a 10, and then we flirt around in the middle. For them, as a couple, I'm most worried about them. I'm going to give them a 2. I'm most worried about them right now. What do you think about...
I only gave them a 4 because they look good together as a couple.
Yeah.
That's where the points go. Then it's nothing.
You can look good with a lot of people. Yeah.
That's where it's
What do you think about Keith and Iris?
Oh, Keith and Iris. Okay, so let's give them a middle because I don't know how they're going to be. So let's give them a 6.
I'm really worried about this couple, too.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of tension. Keith and Iris, I'm going to give them better than Elizabeth and Jamie. I'm going to give them a 4. Let's bounce over. We're going to go same order.
They look like prom right there.
They really do. They really do. Let's bounce to your favorite, Greg and Deanna.
Yay. Okay, so we going to give them old blush and everything. I'm going to give them an 8.
You're going to give them an 8?
I'm going to give them an 8.
I'm going to go with an 8, too.
Yeah.
I like that. And let's finish it out with Matt and Amber.
9.
9?
Yeah,
I'm going to
9.
give them an 8 as well.
You're gonna give them
The
8?
2 couples that got married today, I feel good about them. I need to see a little bit more. After we get into week 2 and 3, they're all going to pull apart from each other.
And watch our ratings go. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
They go crazy. Our producer, Jonathan, is going to be making some little graphs probably for us that we're going to track our ratings over the course, and we're going to see how we work out. See you who's got a 5-2. See you was the 2 for Keith and Iris? Yikes. And a 6 is kind of really average. See who's is neutral on everything. Guys, let us know how you rate your couples. Let's get into our next segment super quick here. Gold star moment of the episode. We'd like to give a shout out to something fantastic that happened this episode. Some great interaction. What do you got for us?
Oh, well, my gold star goes to the strippers. Woo! With the girls.
That's good. You can do it.
I loved it. That's a gold star right there.
My gold star moment is going to go to Keith's grandparents.
Oh, yeah. They were so cute.
Because you know they had a lot of apprehensions, but they came through and they showed their support. So I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
And all good looking. They're good looking family.
Very good looking.
Welcome me into your family. What up, Keith?
Maybe, if you're lucky. Until then, you found some fun tweets for us from this episode, and Jonathan's going to put them up on the screen for us. Let us know what you got.
All right, I got some juicy tweets for you guys. The first one up is going to be from Skinny Minnie, who says, this girl is 27 years old and a virgin, and then she getting married at first sight. With that face. Our next one that we got going on is from my_Tay. She says, hey, Greg's friends. Anybody want to be married at first sight? Like him, I am single. Yes.
All right.
I was looking at Greg's friend too. They all fine as well. Okay. And the last one, you guys, I got from Nicole X. That's me. She says, what's a better way to spend my last day as a single woman than by watching Married at First Sight? I should get tons of married advice tonight.
Shout out to Nicole for getting married. Congratulations, Nicole.
Okay.
You have a fantastic wedding and an even better honeymoon.
Yes, and you got some good Bachelorette advice.
That's right.
Okay?
We're all learning stuff on this show.
Okay.
Fantastic and beautiful. Before we go, we're going to do 2 things super quick.
Gotcha.
We're going to get into predictions. Real quick, let's go through the couples.
Okay.
We're going to predict from the first episode who's staying together and who's breaking apart on D-Day. All right, so I'm going to run through the couples just like we did the ratings, which is kind of a little cheat since we already rated them good and bad. But let's see what you think. Rapid fire. Elizabeth and Jamie.
Oh, doomed. Yeah, not making it. D-Day.
Same. Keith and Iris.
Ooh. I'm going to say they're going to make it.
Right now I'm saying no.
If he's patient like how he was talking, then I think they can make it.
Right now I'm saying no. Greg and Deanna.
Make it.
Make it, yes. Matt and Amber.
Oh, they gonna love it and make it and make babies.
Basketball babies. Yeah. I think it's 2-2, just like last season. You've got 3-1. That sounds good. Let's get real quick some predictions. What are you thinking based on what we saw for next episode?
Oh, well, obviously, Amber and Matt, they're going to bone date because she just wants to get it in. He wants to get it in. They go bang day 1. Hopefully, Iris and Keith could get some action as well. And, I think Elizabeth is going to be late to her wedding.
Okay.
Because they were talking about it, and I think they were prepping us for that.
I'm excited. I hope they're not setting us up for something with this edit because I'm excited that perhaps Elizabeth and Jamie know each other. That was what someone, I think it was her dad said, do you know him or something like that? I feel like they're setting us up, but that would be awesome if they did. And then we see Iris's dad break down over giving her away. That's going to be really sweet. I appreciate that. There's a lot of emotions going on.
It
giving
depends
away a
on
daughter.
what type of crying down he was doing.
Well, it's gonna be really fun to watch either way. Anyway, we made it through the season premiere. I'm excited for this season. We'll see. I think the couples are going to grow on you, Yuhus, and I think they're going to grow on all of us. Yes. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to be here every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. PST giving you guys the after show. Until then, Lanisha, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
There you go. And guys, I'm Mike Thieling. You can find me everywhere at Mike Thieling. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.